Hello everyone and welcome to the May 2023 Energetic Insights. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Depika Mystery and I'm an intuitive guide, energy healer, coach and a consultant. And these insights are really geared up for those of you that are becoming more and more consciously aware of your intuitive and energetic abilities and are looking for some practical guidance to help you to navigate your way through. So if that sounds like you, welcome, you're here at the right place. Right. Hello, everyone, and I hope you guys are all doing well. Sorry for missing the April insights. I think I was just caught up with all the energies that I mentioned in March. So if you still feel like your life is a little bit turbulent, do go back and watch the March energetic insights because there's a lot of good information in there, and I think it covers March and April. And even this month I feel that still a lot of the energies, and I think I mentioned this in the January insights, I mentioned that we are going to be experiencing these kind of plot twist energies at the end of March, beginning of April, and then I think the next one, I think it's like every quarter, so the next one will be end of June, beginning of July, and then at the end of the year, so December, January, and then I think the other one is September, October. So it's almost like at the end of the month and the beginning of the month that we're just going to be experiencing these plot twist energies. And I've just been given some more information because I know so many of you have gone through these plot twist energies, and really what it is that we are literally being picked up from the path that we're on at the moment. We're just kind of going about our normal day-to-day lives, and all of a sudden something is picking us up and dropping us on a completely different path, which can be really discombobulating, confusing, disorientating, and it's like, what the F? And really what this is about, what the guides are telling me, is that this is about helping us quickly at a really fast pace align to authentic self. It's almost like if we keep going down the path that we're going, it's not that we won't get there, it will take a little bit longer for us to get there. So it's almost like the energies right now are picking us up and plonking us on a different path, which is more aligned and in tune with our frequency. And this is going to help us, I think, as we get picked up and plonked down, it's helping us to really move through our karmic patterns, limiting beliefs and societal conditionings. It's almost like it's like, I don't know, those of you that wear glasses, and you know the first time you get your new set of glasses when your prescription has changed, it just feels like, whoa, everything is just bigger and brighter and much clearer. That is what this plonking ourselves onto this new path will feel like. It can be quite overwhelming because our shadows get clearer, our karmic patterns get clear, our limiting beliefs get clearer, and our society conditioning gets clear. And because they're so crystal clear, we can't avoid them. So we have to muddle our way through them. And really, by muddling our way through them, we are enabling ourselves to clear that path as well as we move through this. And this really is showing up all the things that have kept us stuck in this life and stuck in a way from creating what we truly desire from the heart center. And also there is this energy of disconnect to reconnect to the next chapter in our lives. So I think, this plot twist energies is really helping us to really disconnect from our everyday life to then be able to reconnect to this whole brand new chapter that many of us are moving in. And we are actually being reborn at the moment. So there's a sense of new, higher vibrational frequency that we're born at another level. It's almost like another frequency level that we're being born at. So that's why it can be quite harsh to our human self. So, but on a frequency level, we are just so overjoyed with that. So it's really fascinating because as we reborn into this new higher frequency, it's also helping us to move through and clear the lower frequency beliefs and vibrations that we're still holding on to. And for the themes this month, I feel there's a general theme that is moving through, which is around space creation. And I feel that we are really expanding at the moment at a rate that is phenomenally fast, which can feel quite ungrounding for many of us. And many of us will probably just want to be hiding under our duvet cover. I know I've been doing that a lot in the last month, and wanting to stay there, to be honest. But what is really happening is that what the guides are saying is honor that space, keep hold of that space. Don't try to fill that space up with anything at the moment. Let the space be created around you and within you, and then when you are ready, what the guys are saying, that the new energies and the new parts of yourself will start to fall into those spaces. So there's nothing that you need to do apart from hold that space this month. All right, before we move on to the rest of the themes for this month, let's take a moment to revisit the themes from March. So as you know, I didn't do the April insights. So March, and I think it's still also relevant for what's been going on in April, but also some of the things that I feel that we are still closing things down, because I get this sense that there's a really big endings that are coming up for us this month, so that we can really step into this new chapter that we have kind of designed on a soul level. Right, let me kind of do the revisiting of the last month's theme before I kind of ramble on about some of the energies that's coming through for this month. All right, so in March, the 4 key themes were I'm done, compassionate heart, trusting yourself, and blind spot kindness. So if any of those themes resonate, do go back and watch the March energetic insights. All right, so let's move on to the first theme for this month, and this one is called Defense Falling Apart. So this month I get the sense that we are being guided on an energetic level to let go of our defenses. So many of us think, well, I've done my work on that and there's nothing that I need to let go. I've kind of removed the defenses. And the image that I get, and I think the image that I'm getting for quite a few of these themes, is almost like we don't realize we have a defense mechanism on us, because it's almost like it feels like skin to us. It's almost like it's been sewn into our skin, so it feels like our skin. So what this theme is that we're being guided to let go of our defense mechanisms, and they're just kind of melting away and falling apart. And this could be behaviors, beliefs, people, places, relationships. That these are all the things that we kind of built around us to keep us safe. And the thing is, what the guides are saying, that although it keeps us safe, or it has kept us safe, yes, it's fulfilled that purpose, but now it's limiting our growth, and we're ready to grow and we're ready to expand. And to expand, it's almost keeping us trapped. We are trapped within our defense mechanisms. So although we initially built our defense mechanism to keep things out, it's almost keeping us stuck inside. So this is why we are being guided for these defense mechanisms to kind of fall apart. And again, this is helping us to create that space so that we can expand, because right now we are kind of contained a little bit. And what the guides were also saying is that they wanted to let you know that there's nothing wrong with these defense mechanisms. As I've already mentioned, they have kept us safe, and we have built them, and there has been a purpose to them, and we needed them when we needed them. And so that for many of us, it could just be allowing us to function or to survive in a very, very, very dysfunctional world or an environment that we've gone into. So sometimes our defense mechanisms only come up in a work environment or in a relationship with somebody. But even then, those still exist. So it's all kind of just allowing us to just let it melt away. And for some of us, so if you're thinking, how do I know that I've got a defense mechanism? I would ask you, what are you trying to hold on to? What are you trying to control? What are you trying to manipulate? What are you trying to, it could be a person, it could be a relationship, it could be a situation. What are you trying to control the outcome? What are you trying to control to get to a certain place? And what it will feel like is that the other question that you can ask is, what is feeling painful to you? Because right now we may not realize that we're holding on to something, but we are getting the clues from it. And what the guides were saying, that it will feel, the situation or the relationship or the your group of friends or whatever, it will just feel a little bit more difficult. In worst case scenarios, it feel really, really excruciatingly painful. So it could be relationships. This also could be a way of being. So how are you? How are you being in the world? What are you doing in the world? And it could be a habit of yours. So it may not be things outside like people, relationships, and other situations. It could be how you are in the world, how you show up in the world, what have you always done. And those could be defense mechanism, although you may have identified with that as that's just who I am. So There's also this sense of, you can also ask the question, what have I built around me based on the energy of fear? And you'll be surprised what would actually come up on there. So the key thing is whatever we're holding on to too tightly that needs to go, it will just become really, really difficult and really, really painful. So that is your clue to kind of just let it go. And the thing is, what the guides were saying, that it will be uncomfortable to let it go. But as you move through that, you have to kind of move through your shadow elements and the patterns of behavior and the conditionings as well, to recognize it with love, kindness, and compassion. And seriously, it's so easy to say love, kindness, and compassion, but being in that state and treating yourself and being that way towards yourself is one of the most difficult journeys many of us will go on. So it will also then feel like we're losing control, and that's sometimes often we kind of are our own self-critic, because in some ways that gives us a sense of control. The guides are also reminding us that the truth is that on a soul level you already have control. What's really happening here is that the ego is trying to fight to keep hold of what it thinks it is right. And there's another reminder here, which I think links to one of the themes. I think it may have been in the February insights, which is, remember, your soul knows the way. It knows the experiences you've signed up for in this lifetime and the purpose of why you are here. So this is really about trusting and allowing things to melt away that you don't need anymore, and you don't need where you're going. So it is really exciting times, but it is also very, very, very uncomfortable, because the growth that many of us experience is humongous. So, and that is, change and transformation is never ever easy. Okay, let's move on to the second theme this month, and this one is called Disconnect to Reconnect. As I've already mentioned, there feels like there's this new chapter of our lives emerging through us. And what the guides were saying, in order to help this process and allow this to kind of come with ease, we first must reset. So we need to reset our energies and our ways of doing things and being. And the example that the guides kind of gave us is that we are about to enter into a new world, onto a completely new journey, a completely new path, and but we're trying to take our old clothes into this new world, and that's just not going to work, because the old clothes carry a different frequency vibration, and the new world has a different frequency vibration. So what this disconnect to reconnect is really about changing your clothes. So changing your old clothes and putting on brand new clothes that are aligned to the new world frequency. So you kind of stay in the old world and take off the old clothes and put on the new clothes, and then you move into the new world. And this process of taking off the old clothes and new clothes is the kind of change and the transformation process. And that can be a little bit sticky and a little bit difficult, because, as I've mentioned before, that sometimes when we're trying to take these old clothes off, it can feel like it's our skin, and really we'll just have to look a little bit deeper to see, okay, have I stitched a piece of clothing onto my skin that actually is a piece of clothing and not part of who I am? So it's really, really interesting, the energies this month. And what the guides were also saying, it's a great opportunity to consciously reevaluate what you are connected to. Yeah, so have a look at, what are you connected to? Where is your energy going? What situations is your energy going into? What relationships is your energy going into? What people, what things, is it books, things online? Are you spending too much time on Instagram and scrolling? I know I've been doing that. But where is your energy, and what are you connected to, and where is your focus? And the key thing is to kind of ask yourself, you can almost write a list to say, okay, these are all the things that I'm connected to, if that helps you. And then you can go through that list and ask yourself, is this healthy or is it not? Is it working for you or is it not? And just asking yourself, is this connection coming from a low frequency vibration like fear, or is it coming from a much open, higher frequency vibration like love? So, and the other ways that the guides kind of showed this to me is, like, think about it as energetic threads that are coming out of your body but also going back into your body, and it's connected to you or connected to you and the outside world. So what it would look like if it's connected to you. So it may be that you need to disconnect from a belief or a behavior or a pattern of behavior or a conditioning that you've adopted, and that is something that you need to disconnect from, because the way in which you've connected to it is not that healthy for you. It's not working for you anymore. Or it could be people, situations, relationships, or external objects. So just have a look at what are you energetically connected to, and you'll see it as like threads of energy that are coming out from you, all kind of going into you. And it could be like a thought pattern up here or a belief over here. So just pay attention of where that is actually showing up as. And it could be, for some of you, like if you're going through a house move at the moment, it could be all your energy is focused into that. And maybe it's about disconnecting from everything, from the thinking, from the doing, for about a week, and then reconnecting back to it. So what the guides are saying is that this disconnection doesn't necessarily mean it changes things in your outside world. You're doing this more on an energetic level. So you're consciously choosing to disconnect your energy from the situation, from the people, or a belief or a pattern of behavior. And this just helps break the energy flow. And when this energy flow is broken and you reconnect back to it, you're consciously choosing to connect back to it in a more healthy way, in a way that helps you. So this is really about honoring yourself, because oftentimes we are connected to things that it's not really good for us. So this is about disconnecting from it and reconnecting to it in a more healthier way, in a way that works for you and from an energy of love. So what the guides are also saying, it won't immediately change your external world, but it will change how you feel about your world, your external world, from the inside. And eventually what you'll see is that the external world around you will start to change as well. Okay, let's move on to the third theme for this month. And the third theme is called Surrender into the Unknown. So what the guides were showing me is that this is a beautiful energy flow, and it kind of comes from behind us, opens up the back of our hearts, and then it flows through our hearts and out of our hearts. So it's a really beautiful, powerful energy that is heart opening, and it is also enhancing our ability to surrender into the unknown. It will also enhance our intuitive abilities and energetic abilities. So there's a lot that is packed into this. And I think many of us, and I include myself in this, have lost the connection to our energetic and intuitive abilities. Not that that connection is gone, but our ability to connect to it has just kind of just been downgraded, or it's being there's just too much muddy water as we kind of muddle through our human mess, so to speak. So this energy this month is really going to activate that and really help us remember that we are connected to the divine. So, and the reason for that is that many of us have been muddling through and have been faced with our human parts and shadows over the last couple of months, and we have kind of forgotten who we are and that we are actually connected to the divine. So this energy is really about helping us to remember that we're not only just our human self or the different parts of our human self, but we're also connected to the divine. And that we are connected to a source that is wiser than our human parts, and that it is guiding us and it's teaching us, and it's guiding us to let go and teaching us to trust. So this energy will feel trippy a little bit this month. We are, and the thing is that we can say that we are good at surrendering and we do all the surrendering practices, but what the guides are kind of reminding us is that sometimes we lose our way and we tell ourselves a story, or we give ourselves a narrative about surrendering. In actual fact, we're not doing it. We've just got a narrative or a bandage over it. So this energy is really going to help us to be in that state. So it's not really a state of a doing thing. It's a state of being able to receive a piece of the puzzle one step at a time, and trusting that it will all make sense one day soon. So it's really about trusting all these little pieces that are coming up for us. So the guides also said that this theme is a great opportunity to allow some healing to take place. So if there's something that you've been stuck with or stuck on or haven't been able to shift, you can set an intention, and it is going to help you to. I think part of it is the reason why the healing's not happening, or the healing has happened a little bit but hasn't fully completed, is because we haven't allowed ourselves to completely surrender into the unknown. Maybe there's a part of us that is really afraid of the unknown. Maybe there's a part of us that doesn't really want to let go of that control, or wants, for us to surrender, we want to know that there's that particular outcome that's going to happen. So there's a great opportunity to just open yourself up to this healing energy as well, that will allow you to surrender into the unknown and help you to create what you are truly desiring in your heart center. Okay, let's move on to the fourth and final theme. So the themes have been so big this month. So the fourth theme I got was self-care reset. So I think we are growing at such an incredible rate at the moment, and everything's all over the place. We are not the same person that we were yesterday, never mind a month ago. We are constantly evolving. So what was working for us yesterday will not work for us today. So this is just a reminder for us to really reset and have a look at our self-care practices, and have a look to see, what is working for us, what's not working for us, what needs to change. And it's just a reminder that you are not the same version that you were yesterday that you are today. So and also what the guides were saying, it's not like you have to change everything in your practice. You can be just a bit more conscious of your practice. Maybe it's an exercise that you do that kind of goes through, okay, these are the things that I kind of think are self-care practices for me. And then you can have a look, okay, what is the energy that is going into it? Maybe you're just kind of meditating for the sake of meditating. Maybe you carry on meditating, but you meditate with an intention of creating more space around you, or creating more of the energy of the peace coming out of you. So it's really refocusing and resetting how you do your self-care practice with a different energy going in, which means that you'll get a different outcome as well. So it doesn't necessarily mean you have to change your whole self-care practice, but it does mean that you do need to have a look at what you now consider as self-care. What does this new version of you feels the self-care that it needs? And again, we have expanded, so we've got this all new space around us. So what we needed in this space, right, may not be the same as what we need in this space. So it's having a look, okay, I'm in this now bigger space. What do I need? What do I need to care for myself as I go through these transformative times? And I got a set of questions here, and just they might help some of you. Some of you guys will already know exactly what I'm talking about as I go through this. So you can just sit down and ask yourself, what do you consider as self-care? As a self-care practice, what things that you do, what are the practices that you have in place, or you don't have in place, but you consider, oh, that's actually self-care to me. And have a look at what you do now. So the next question is, what do you do right now? Is it working for you, or is it not working for you? What do you and don't you need? And that's a really good question. And you can check in with your body and ask your body, hey body, what do you need right now? What don't you need right now? Right? And then your body will tell you exactly what it needs. And that's another great way, another tool that you can use to really honing and tune into your self-care practice. The thing with this is that you don't need to know how. I think it's just a practice of just being curious about what it is that you need right now on an emotional level, a physical level, a spiritual level, and an energetic level. And so what the guides were saying, the more that we're trying to focus on the how or the what, or it needs to look in this particular way, where we get too much into our heads, we'll find ourselves tripping up over ourselves. Instead, they're saying just focus on how you would like to feel during the self-care activity or practice, and how would you like to feel about yourself afterwards. So it's all about feeling. How would you like to feel while you're doing the self-care practice, and how would you like to feel afterwards? So for me, swimming is one of my things. So during it, I love the sense of the feeling of being supported by water, and I feel this peace energy that's kind of moving through, because I'm obviously having to breathe and swim at the same time, and I love the way that my body kind of stretches out. So those are the feelings that I really enjoy. And there's also sounds that I enjoy of the water kind of splashing and the rest of it. And what I love is at the end of it, I just feel like I have so much more energy. So those are the ways that in which you can look at. And if you don't know what you need to do, maybe just start with that. Say, I want a self-care practice that allows me to feel this while I'm doing it and this when I come out of it. And one of the final messages that I want to leave everyone with is that there is a divine plan that is currently being orchestrated. And I know that many of us may not feel this or not recognize this, or just think, oh my goodness, yeah, right. But this is really about trusting that there is a divine plan that is being orchestrated at the moment, and that just stay open to receive and know that not only are you being helped through this, but the great people around you with your own transformation, people around you also going to be are being helped by your own transformation, and also the wider collective. So there's a lot that is going on so many different levels. So you may feel it's so personal to you, but you have no idea the impact that you're having on people around you. And even if it is just walking past someone, your energy is vibrating at a whole new frequency level at the moment. So that is going to have an impact on everyone. And not everyone's going to be conscious of that, but just know that there is such a bigger purpose to all of this that we are actually going through at the moment. So I hope that these insights have helped you. If they have, thank you so much for watching them, and please do go ahead and share them with your family, your loved ones, your friends, your colleagues, and feel free to comment below. If you're watching this on YouTube, give us a thumbs up. And then if you're looking for some additional support this month, come and join the Intimate Healing Journey sessions, which is a group, what do I call them? So I've got my words twisted here. So it's the energetic alignment session, which is an intimate group, and we basically go on a healing journey through guided visualization, meditation, and that is actually taking place on Sunday the 28th of May, so a little bit later this month, at our usual time, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, and 6 p.m. UK time. And the theme this month is called Surrender into the Unknown. So if you're interested in that, the link will be available in my bio soon. All right, take care, and hopefully see you guys all next month. Bye for now.